Josie, Peter, and the Magic Rabbit, The Discovery. Chapter 1. The Encounter. In the peaceful village of Willow Brook, nestled among rolling hills and meandering streams, lived two adventurous children named Josie and Peter. They were the best of friends, spending their days exploring the forests and meadows that surrounded their village. One sunny afternoon, while chasing butterflies in the meadow, they stumbled upon a peculiar sight. A fluffy white rabbit with twinkling blue eyes hopped towards them. However, this wasn't just any rabbit. It was the same magical rabbit they had encountered before. "Hello again," chirped the rabbit, its voice carrying a melody that seemed to dance in the air. Josie and Peter's eyes widened in astonishment. They could not believe their eyes. The rabbit had reappeared, and it looked even more radiant than before. "We've missed you," exclaimed Josie, her face beaming with joy. "We have so many questions," added Peter, his curiosity piqued. The rabbit chuckled softly. "And I have many answers, but first, would you like to accompany me on an adventure?" Without hesitation, Josie and Peter nodded eagerly. Chapter 2. The Secret of the Well. The rabbit led them deep into the heart of the forest, where the trees stood tall and proud, whispering secrets to the wind. They followed the rabbit through a maze of ancient oaks until they reached a clearing, bathed in golden sunlight. In the center of the clearing stood a magnificent tree, its branches stretching towards the sky like outstretched arms. Nestled among its roots was a sparkling pool of water, reflecting the sunlight like 1,000 shimmering diamonds. "What is this place?" asked Josie, her eyes wide with wonder. "This, my dear friends, is the Well of Wishes," replied the rabbit, its voice tinged with magic. "The Well of Wishes?" echoed Peter, his heart mighty racing with excitement. "Yes," said the rabbit. "Legend has it that this well has the power to grant any wish, but only to those who truly believe." Josie and Peter exchanged excited glances. They had heard stories about the Well of Wishes, but had never imagined they would see it with their own eyes. "What do we have to do?" asked Josie, her voice barely above a whisper. "Simply close your eyes, make a wish, and toss a coin into the well," replied the rabbit. Chapter 3. Making Wishes. Josie and Peter closed their eyes and clasped hands. They thought long and hard about their wishes, their hearts filled with hope and excitement. Then, with a flick of their wrists, they tossed 2 shiny coins into the well. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the water began to shimmer and glow with an otherworldly light. Suddenly, a gentle breeze swept through the clearing, carrying with it the sweet scent of wildflowers. When Josie and Peter opened their eyes, they found themselves standing in the meadow once again, the magical rabbit by their side. "Did it work?" asked Josie, her voice trembling with anticipation. The rabbit nodded, a mischievous twinkle in its eye. Chapter 4. The Power of Belief. Josie and Peter closed their eyes and concentrated with all their might. Then just like that, their wishes came true. Josie's wish was for her grandmother to get better, and Peter's wish was for his family's farm to prosper. Sure enough, when they opened their eyes, they found that their wishes had been granted. Josie's grandmother was sitting up in bed, smiling and laughing, her cheeks rosy with color. And Peter's family's farm was thriving, the fields lush and green, and the animals happy and healthy. Tears of joy filled Josie and Peter's eyes as they hugged each other tightly. "Thank you," they whispered, their hearts overflowing with gratitude. Chapter 5. The Rabbit's Farewell. The magical rabbit simply smiled, its blue eyes sparkling with mischief. "Remember," it said, its voice fading into the wind, "magic is real for those who believe." and with that the rabbit hopped away, leaving Josie and Peter with hearts full of wonder and joy, and a newfound belief in the power of magic. The end. Josie and Peter and the Magic Rabbit, The Quest for the Enchanted Forest, Book 2. Chapter 1. The Mysterious Invitation. In the quaint village of Willow Brook, nestled between rolling hills and lush meadows, lived two best friends, Josie and Peter. After their magical encounter with a mysterious rabbit, life had returned to normal, or so they thought. One sunny afternoon, while exploring the woods, Josie and Peter stumbled upon a weathered parchment pinned to a tree. On it, written in elegant script, were the words, "Dear Josie and Peter, you have been chosen for a great adventure. Meet me at the old oak tree at the edge of the forest at sunset. Yours sincerely, your friend." Josie and Peter exchanged curious glances. Who could have sent them this mysterious invitation, and what kind of adventure awaited them? As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the forest, Josie and Peter made their way to the old oak tree. There, they found the magical rabbit waiting for them, its blue eyes twinkling in the fading light. "Welcome, my friends," said the rabbit, its voice soft and musical. "I have a special task for you." Josie and Peter listened intently as the rabbit explained that the Enchanted Forest, a mystical realm beyond the village, was in grave danger. An evil sorcerer had cast a dark spell, threatening to destroy the forest and all its inhabitants. "We need your help to break the spell and save the Enchanted Forest," said the rabbit, its voice tinged with urgency. Josie and Peter exchanged determined glances. They may have been just children, but they were brave and resourceful, and they knew they had to help. "We'll do it," exclaimed Josie, her voice filled with determination. "Count us in," added Peter, his eyes shining with excitement. The magical rabbit smiled, its heart filled with gratitude. "Thank you, my friends," it said. "Now follow me. The Enchanted Forest awaits." With that, the rabbit led Josie and Peter deep into the heart of the forest, where the trees grew tall and majestic, and their branches reaching towards the sky like outstretched arms. Chapter 2. The Journey Begins. As they journeyed deeper into the Enchanted Forest, Josie, Peter, and the magical rabbit encountered all manner of magical creatures. A family of talking squirrels, a group of mischievous fairies, and a wise old owl who perched in the highest branches of the tallest tree. Each creature they met told them tales of the evil sorcerer who threatened to destroy their home, and each one begged Josie and Peter for their help. "We cannot let him destroy the forest," said Josie, her voice filled with determination. "We have to stop him," added Peter, his eyes blazing with courage. The magical rabbit nodded, its heart filled with hope. "Together, we can do anything," it said. Therefore, Josie, Peter, and the magical rabbit continued their journey, their hearts filled with courage and determination, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Chapter 3. The Trial of Courage. After days of traveling through the Enchanted Forest, Josie, Peter, and the magical rabbit finally reached the edge of a vast, dark swamp. Thick, murky water stretched out before them, and the air was thick with the scent of rotting vegetation. "This is the Swamp of Sorrows," explained the magical rabbit. "To reach the evil sorcerer's castle, you must first pass through the swamp." Josie and Peter exchanged nervous glances. The swamp looked dark and dangerous, and they were not sure if they had the courage to cross it. "You can do it," said the magical rabbit, its voice filled with encouragement. "Just believe in yourselves, and you will succeed." Taking a deep breath, Josie and Peter stepped forward, their hearts pounding with fear. They waded into the murky water, each step feeling like 1,000 pounds. However, with each step, their courage grew, and soon they were racing through the swamp, their hearts filled with determination. Then, just as they reached the other side, they heard a loud roar behind them. Turning around, they saw a monstrous creature emerging from the depths of the swamp, a giant serpent with gleaming green scales and glowing red eyes. With a cry of fear, Josie and Peter turned and ran, their hearts pounding with terror. However, just as the serpent lunged forward, ready to strike, a bright light filled the air, and the creature vanished into thin air. Turning around, Josie and Peter saw the magical rabbit standing before them, its blue eyes glowing with power. "You did it!" exclaimed the rabbit, its voice filled with pride. "You passed the trial of courage." Josie and Peter smiled, their hearts filled with triumph. They had faced their fears and emerged victorious, and now they were one step closer to saving the Enchanted Forest. Chapter 4. The Trial of Strength. Guided by the majestic unicorn, Josie, Peter, and the magical rabbit ventured deeper into the Enchanted Forest. Soon they reached a clearing where a massive boulder sat, blocking their path. "This is the trial of strength," announced the unicorn. "To pass, you must move the boulder aside." Josie and Peter exchanged determined glances. They stepped forward, placing their hands on the boulder and pushing with all their might. However, no matter how hard they tried, the boulder wouldn't budge. "It's too heavy," grunted Peter, sweat beading on his brow. "We need to work together," said Josie, her voice filled with determination. With a nod, they joined forces, pushing and pulling with all their strength. Slowly, inch by inch, the boulder began to move, until finally, with one last heave, it rolled aside, revealing a hidden passageway. "Well done," said the unicorn, its voice filled with pride. "You have passed the trial of strength." Josie and Peter smiled, their hearts filled with triumph. They had faced the first trial and emerged victorious, and now they were one step closer to saving the Enchanted Forest. Chapter 5. The Trial of Wisdom. As Josie, Peter, and the magical rabbit continued their journey through the Enchanted Forest, they came upon a vast library hidden deep within the trees. Books lined the shelves, their pages filled with ancient knowledge and wisdom. "This is the trial of wisdom," explained the unicorn. "To pass, you must answer 3 riddles correctly." Josie and Peter exchanged nervous glances. They had always been good at solving riddles, but they knew these would be no ordinary riddles. The first riddle was this: "I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I?" After much deliberation, Josie and Peter answered, "An echo." The second riddle was this: "I can be cracked, made, and told, but never touched. What am I?" After some thought, Josie and Peter replied, "A joke." The third and final riddle was this: "The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I?" Josie and Peter thought long and hard before answering. Footsteps. With each correct answer, the library shimmered with light, and the air hummed with magic. "Well done," said the unicorn, its voice filled with pride. "You have passed the trial of wisdom." Josie and Peter smiled, their hearts filled with triumph. They had faced the second trial and emerged victorious, and now they were one step closer to saving the Enchanted Forest. Chapter 6. The Trial of Heart. As Josie, Peter, and the magical rabbit journeyed deeper into the Enchanted Forest, they came upon a beautiful glade filled with flowers of every color imaginable. In the center of the glade stood a crystal-clear pool, its waters shimmering in the sunlight. "This is the trial of heart," explained the unicorn. "To pass, you must prove that you have the purest of hearts." Josie and Peter exchanged determined glances. They stepped forward and gazed into the pool, where their reflections stared back at them. "You must each make a sacrifice," said the unicorn, "something that is dear to you." Josie and Peter thought long and hard. Then, with a heavy heart, Josie removed a locket from around her neck, a gift from her grandmother, and dropped it into the pool. "This locket belonged to my grandmother," she said, "but if it means saving the Enchanted Forest, I am willing to let it go." Peter, too, made a sacrifice, dropping his favorite toy, a wooden horse his father had carved for him, into the pool. "This horse was a gift from my father," he said, "but if it means saving the Enchanted Forest, I am willing to let it go." As their sacrifices sank into the pool, the water began to glow with a soft golden light, and a feeling of warmth filled the air. "Well done," said the unicorn, its voice filled with pride. "You have passed the trial of heart." Josie and Peter smiled, their hearts filled with triumph. They had faced the third trial and emerged victorious, and now they were one step closer to saving the Enchanted Forest. Chapter 7. The Final Confrontation. Armed with the knowledge and power they had gained from their trials, Josie, Peter, and the magical rabbit set out to confront the evil sorcerer who threatened to destroy the Enchanted Forest. Deep within the heart of the forest, they found the sorcerer's castle, a dark, imposing structure surrounded by thorns and brambles. "We must be careful," warned the unicorn. "The sorcerer is powerful, and he will do everything in his power to stop us." However, Josie, Peter, and the magical rabbit were undeterred. With hearts full of courage and determination, they approached the castle, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they reached the castle gates, a wall of fire, blocking their path, met them. "We must find a way to extinguish the flames," said Josie, her voice filled with determination. With a wave of its paw, the magical rabbit conjured a powerful gust of wind, and the flames were extinguished, allowing them to pass. Inside the castle, they found themselves face to face with the evil sorcerer, a dark, shadowy figure with glowing red eyes. "So you've come to stop me," sneered the sorcerer, his voice dripping with malice. "We won't let you destroy the Enchanted Forest," declared Josie, her voice filled with determination. With a wave of his hand, the sorcerer summoned a powerful bolt of lightning. But Josie, Peter, and the magical rabbit were ready. Together they unleashed a powerful wave of magic, pushing back against the sorcerer's dark power. For hours they battled against the sorcerer, the air crackling with magic and lightning. But in the end, it was Josie and Peter's pure hearts and unwavering courage that won the day. With a final burst of magic, they banished the sorcerer from the Enchanted Forest forever, restoring peace and harmony to the land. As the sun set on the Enchanted Forest, Josie, Peter, and the magical rabbit stood together, their hearts filled with triumph. "We did it," said Josie, her voice filled with joy. "Thanks to your bravery and courage," said the unicorn, its voice filled with pride. "The Enchanted Forest is safe once more." And as the stars twinkled overhead, they knew that their adventures were only just beginning. The End. Peter and the Magic Rabbit. Book 3. The Guardians of Harmony. Chapter 1. The Call to Adventure. Months had passed since Josie, Peter, and the Magical Rabbit had saved the Enchanted Forest from the evil sorcerer. Life in Willow Brook had returned to normal, But Josie and Peter couldn't shake the feeling that their adventures were far from over. One evening, as they were playing by the stream, they heard a familiar voice calling out to them. "Josie, Peter, come quick." It was the magical rabbit, its blue eyes shimmering with excitement. "We need your help," said the rabbit. "The guardians of harmony are in trouble, and only you can save them." Josie and Peter exchanged determined glances. They may have been just children, but they were brave and resourceful, and they knew they had to help. "We'll do it," exclaimed Josie, her voice filled with determination. "Count us in," added Peter, his eyes shining with excitement. With a nod from the magical rabbit, they set off on their next great adventure. Chapter 2: The Guardians of Harmony. The magical rabbit led Josie and Peter deep into the heart of the Enchanted Forest, where the air was thick with magic, and the trees whispered secrets to the wind. Soon they reached a clearing where 3 majestic creatures stood waiting for them: a wise old owl, a noble unicorn, and a playful fairy. "We are the guardians of harmony," said the owl, its voice as gentle as a summer breeze. "We have watched over the Enchanted Forest for centuries, but now we are in grave danger." "What kind of danger?" asked Peter, his voice filled with concern. "The dark crystal, which holds the power of darkness, has been stolen," explained the unicorn. "Without it, the balance of the forest is in jeopardy. We need your help to find the dark crystal and return it to its rightful place," added the fairy. Josie and Peter exchanged determined glances. They knew they had to help the guardians of harmony, no matter what dangers lay ahead. "We won't let you down," said Josie, her voice filled with determination. Chapter 3: The Quest Begins. Armed with the knowledge of their new quest, Josie, Peter, and the magical rabbit set off into the heart of the Enchanted Forest. Their journey took them through dense forests, across rushing rivers, and over towering mountains. Along the way, they encountered all manner of magical creatures: a family of talking squirrels, a group of mischievous elves, and a friendly dragon who guarded the entrance to a hidden cave. With each step of their journey, Josie and Peter felt their determination grow. They knew that they were the only ones who could save the guardians of harmony and restore peace to the Enchanted Forest. Chapter 4: The Cave of Shadows. Their journey led them to the entrance of a dark and foreboding cave, the Cave of Shadows. "This is where the dark crystal is hidden," explained the magical rabbit. "But beware, for the cave is filled with traps and dangers." Undeterred, Josie and Peter ventured into the cave, their hearts filled with courage and determination. They navigated through winding tunnels and treacherous passageways, avoiding pitfalls and traps at every turn. But just as they were about to reach the heart of the cave, they were confronted by a fearsome creature, a giant spider with gleaming red eyes and razor-sharp fangs. With quick thinking and even quicker reflexes, Josie and Peter managed to outsmart the spider and continue on their journey. Chapter 5: The Guardian of the Dark Crystal. Finally, they reached the heart of the cave, where the dark crystal lay hidden beneath a shimmering veil of darkness. But before they could reach it, they were confronted by the guardian of the crystal, a monstrous creature made of shadows and nightmares. With the help of the magical rabbit, Josie and Peter battled the creature, their hearts filled with determination. With each strike of their swords and each blast of their magic, they pushed the creature back until finally, with one final burst of energy, they defeated it and retrieved the dark crystal. Chapter 6: The Return of Harmony. With the dark crystal in hand, Josie, Peter, and the magical rabbit returned to the Guardians of Harmony. where they placed the crystal back where it belonged. As the crystal began to glow with a soft, golden light, the forest around them seemed to come alive with magic. "The balance has been restored," said the unicorn, its voice filled with gratitude. "The enchanted forest is safe once more," added the owl. Josie and Peter smiled, their hearts filled with joy and relief. They had saved the guardians of harmony and restored peace to the enchanted forest once again. Chapter 7. A New Beginning. With their quest complete, Josie and Peter returned to Willowbrooks, where they were greeted as heroes. But as they looked out over the enchanted forest, they knew that their adventures were far from over. "There are still so many mysteries to uncover," said Josie, her eyes shining with excitement. "And so many new friends to meet," added Peter, his voice filled with anticipation. With a nod from the magical rabbit, they set off into the forest once again, ready for whatever adventures lay ahead. Chapter 8. The Promise of Tomorrow. As Josie, Peter, and the magical rabbit journeyed deeper into the enchanted forest, they knew that their adventures were far from over. Together they would explore every corner of the forest, uncovering its secrets and protecting its inhabitants from harm. And as they looked out over the vast expanse of trees and meadows, they knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them together as friends. For in the heart of the enchanted forest, anything was possible, and the magic of friendship would always prevail. Chapter 9. The End. As the sun set over the enchanted forest, Josie, Peter, and the magical rabbit stood together, their hearts filled with joy and gratitude. "We did it," said Josie, her voice filled with awe. "Thanks to your bravery and courage," said the unicorn, its voice filled with pride. "The enchanted forest is safe once more." And as the stars twinkled overhead, they knew that their adventures were over finally.